Good morning, namaste. Let us see, dear children, every day before the beginning of the class, the warm up session. Dear children, it is your examination time and you should realize the importance of your self studies. Though teaching is going on very efficiently, and school has made a very beautiful arrangement for the online classes. But the shortcoming of that online classes is that most of the students are not attending the class, as it should be more than 100, but only 40 and 45 students are attending classes. So this is a very negative thing. You should try to avoid and try to get rid of your habit. Well, the poem A Snake Train, the Snake Train. First of all, the poem A Snake Train. Here in this poem, the poet has described how a snake is trying to escape from a man who is pursuing him with a stick in his hand. So, the movement of the snake, that is graceful and elegant, it suddenly curves and disappeared among the long reeds. The way it curves in the water is quite remarkable, and the snake does not stick to one straight path or get out. He takes various routes to escape or to get away from the stick or from the man who is chasing him. But it went in out of the path and traveling along the water. Here in the second stanza, the poem is written in two stanzas. In the second stanza, the poet entreats the man with a stick, let him escape. Here you can see over the water into the reeds of the hide without hurts. So here the poet requested the man who is pursuing the snake with a stick to let him go unhurt and allow the snake to hide into the reed without hurting even children. It will hide into the green silks. It is harmless. So the logic. So this is the summary of the poem. The poem is divided into the two stanzas. In the first stanza, the man is pursuing and is trying to kill the snake, but the snake is wants to get away. It changes its way and wants to disappear in the long over the waters. Let him go. And in last, the poet was moved by the way he was chased, so he requested the man to let the snake go unhurt because it is even harmless for the children. Now come to the theme of the poem. The theme of the poem is what? Here in the poem, the poet is advocating. He is advocating a very plain truth. The plain truth that we are not accepting. Since our early days, we are taught that snakes are dangerous. No sooner did we come across a snake, immediately we rush for a stick so that we can finish, so that we can kill the snake. Dear children, here the poet wants to advocate that all the snakes are not dangerous. Snakes, even the poisonous snakes, are not dangerous. They they never bite you unless they feel there is a threatening, there is a danger of their life. They bite you in their self-protection, to protect themselves. Otherwise, even the poisonous snakes never try to bite anyone. But look, we often hear about it, that somebody has died due to the snake biting. That very fear, the fear that we are, it is, of course, people die due to the snake biting. But can we kill all the snake due to that fear? There may be some other reasons. But it is fact that people loses their life due to the snake biting. And this is the main reason. We feel insecure. When a man feels threatening of his life, he wishes to kill the snake. And that is why the hare poet wants to say that even the poisonous snake doesn't harm us, but they attack us when they see the harm. Snakes always bite us in the self-protection, otherwise it is harmless. It is beautiful creature and it is balancing the food chain. If there will be no snake, you can understand that the number of the rats will multiply. So snakes eats the rat, so balance is being created. So if a snake is killed, the whole food chain will be disturbed. Now come to the message of the poem. Through this poem, the snake trial, the poet tells us that it is wrong to consider all the snakes are dangerous. It is wrong. We are, of course, we have that kind of teaching since our early days, since our childhood, that snakes are dangerous. But here the poet wants to correct those false notions, those false views that has been inculcated or that has been followed since the early days, since ancient time. That all the snakes, wrong to consider the snake to be poisonous and kill them as soon as they are seen. The poet doesn't seem to be agree. He is not agree. He felt it that it is so bad, it is so wrong, it is illogical, unreasonable. There is no logic behind killing a snake. Okay? So, as a rule, people think that if they do kill a snake, it will bite someone or others. Why? As a rule, people think, what they think? That if the snake do not kill a snake, it will bite. This is what we think, that if the snake will be spared, if it will be spared, what will be result? It will bite somebody and somebody will die. This very feeling, but it is not so, my dear children. It is not so. The snake never bites you unless it felt danger. Even if a snake is poisonous, it does not want to harm anyone. If it sees no danger of its life, if a snake sees no danger of its life, then it never bites you. So the poet said That when a snake find a danger from someone, only then it is hits you, bites you. In a nutshell, as a whole, the poet entreats that human being is not to kill. Here, the poet wants to plead, he wants to advocate, he seems to request that, oh dear, oh human being, oh reader, please don't kill the snake, because they are equally important as we are. They have same right as we have. The earth doesn't belongs to only human being. It belongs to what? It belongs to all flora and fauna. It belongs to all the animals. It also belongs to all the insects. So how you can just rule the world? But here, man, as we are the supreme creation of God, and we are gifted with reasoning, and that reasoning has made us crazy about worldly superiority. We feel we want to show superiority. We want to prove that we are most powerful, most superior. Of course we are superior, but animals are also superior. They are the king of their own domain. That is why, if you will see trees, animals, snakes are what? To protect the snake, Hinduism has given the snake a very place in the Shiva. It is just for the religious sake that people will not kill the snake, because they will think that it is dear to our Lord Shiva. The tiger is being placed in the religion to show the importance that it is the carriage of Ma Durga. So here all the deities and animals are associated with religion. The reason is to protect. So message of the poem is very clear, my dear children, that we have no right to kill the snakes. Spare them, leave them, let them enjoy their own freedom. Don't shrink. Why the snakes are coming to our domains? Because they have their own natural homes. But as we have cleared all the forest, the river has been dried up. Result is very simple. If there will be no forest, if there will be no river, where those animals will go? Naturally, they will come to your house. Why? In fact, they danger their life. But you see, for the thirsty, to quench if there will be no water in the forest, they will come to the puddle of water in your house to quench its thirst. If there will be no food, they will come in search of food. So it is you who has compelled, it is we, the human being, have compelled the snake to come to our inhabitants, to come to our dwellings. Why they have come to our dwellings? Because their natural habitat has been destroyed. So dear children, check it. Now, so far as title, the title of the poem is The Snake Trying. What the snake is trying? The snake is trying to escape. Why? Because here the poet wants to tell us that what a snake tries to do. The snake tries to escape unhurt, wanted to save his life, It's okay, my dear children. voice is coming, my voice is okay. So here you see. So this is very simple. What the snake is trying? The snake is trying to escape from death. He wants to tell us that the snake wants to tell us what is trying. It does not try to bite anyone. Rather than it wants to protect itself. A snake never tries to bite us. In fact, he wants to escape. He wants to get away from the danger, the inevitable danger, the danger that is we have made. We, the human being, have made a selfish attempt. And what we did? We have made the earth a very busy place for them. So, instead, the snake is trying to protect. The snake is trying to protect. It is trying to protect itself. The snake is not trying to kill. It is a protection. He wants to protect. The snake wants to protect. He wants to protect himself from the danger. Otherwise, the snake never tries to bite. In fact, it is a protection. People are in the opinion, it is what the poet says, that we all are in opinion. And how that opinion crept into our life, there is no logic. We have no logics. We have no logics that how the snakes have crept into our life. But this very logic. So here that poet wants to make us understand that all the snakes are not poisonous. So please change your view and don't kill it. But it is not so. Even if a snake is poisonous, they never harm us. If does not see, it never bite if it is not feeling any danger. So, the title of the poem is justified. The poem is written in a free verse. There is no rhyming scheme. There is no rhyming schemes. So, the value points, the important point of the poem is that the snake was trying to escape the man who is chasing him with a stick. Finding so, the snake suddenly, with his long body, suddenly wants to disappear, wants to get away, wants to run away, wants to escape. The poet thinks that the poet was mesmerized, a poet was moved by the beauty of the curving and the beauty of the movement. The movement of the snake was so beautiful, so impressive that poet began to like. So the poet says that it is so beautiful that his curves are beautiful and impressive. So to save him itself from the blow of the stick, he preferred to go through the waters. He is harmless, even children. And then it finally vanishes among the reeds. Among the reeds, reed is a long green grasses. Now, question is that what the snake is trying to escape? the snake is trying to escape from pursuing stick. The stick, a man was chasing the snake with the stick in his hand. So here the question is, the very first question, that what is the man trying, what is the snake trying to escape from? So the snake is trying to escape from the pursuing stick, the stick that is in the hand of a man. A man is trying, a man is trying to follow the snake with a stick in his hand, with a stick in his hand, and wanted him to kill. A snake is trying to, a man is trying to follow the snake with the stick and wanted to kill him. So the snake wanted to get away, run away, escape from that stick. Wanted to escape from the man, a man who was following a man who is trying to follow the snake with a stick in his hand and wanted to kill him. So in the self-protection, why the wants to get away? In self-protection, in the self-protection, the snake tries to run away, tries to escape, tries to get away from the pursuing stick, the stick that was following him. Next question, is it a harmful snake? No, it is not a harmful snake. It is harmless for the children. Even it is harmless for the children. What is its color? Its color is green. The green snakes are harmless. Even it is harmless for the children. So it is clear, the poet finds that a snake is beautiful. The snake is beautiful. The poet finds that the snake is beautiful. Find the word using the conveyed the middle. Here you see in the very first line, he says that sudden curving of a thin and long body. Here the poet was under influence. He seems to praise. He is praising. The poet was surprised by the way the snake moved. He was marveled by its long body. The long body, that is a rope-like body, that is shining, and the beautiful carvings of the body was so catching, so inviting. And the next thing that the poet was also talking about its graceful shape. So another beautiful, and graceful are its shapes, the way it glides through the water from the stroke. Then Then the another line that is about green, that is the green color. So here so many phrases has been used. The poet has used 3 different phrases to describe the beauty of the snake. What does the poet wish to for the snake? The snake, the poet wished that the snake should be allowed to go unhurt. The poet wished that a snake should be allowed to go and hide into the long green grasses unhurt. He does not want to kill please leave. He requested the man who is pursuing, that let the snake go, let him go, allow him to go unhurt and to hide into the long green grasses. That is what the poet wished. So you may write that the poet wished. Here you see that the poet wished to spare the snake, to spare the snake and let him go unhurt and allow him to unhurt and hide into long green grasses. Here you see, this is what the poet wished to. This is what the poet wished to. The poet wished to spare, छोड़ देना, to spare the snake and let him go unhurt and hide into the reed, among the green slim reed. Let him vanish, disappear, to hide. So this is what the poet is. Where was the snake before anyone see? The snake was lying unnoticed among the sands in the desert. Okay? The snake it has been chased away. Here see, into the reed, he is harmed. It lay until observed in the chased away. Where it was laying observed, it was lying somewhere else, unobserved, unnoticed. The snake was lying somewhere unnoticed. But when it came into the observation, when somebody came, when one looked at, when it was seen, observed means what? Seen. When the snake was seen by the man, and the man, we are such a slave of our habit that we cannot check our overreaction. We become excited. Oh, it's a snake, kill it. Why? Look at this level of excitement. Why we become excited to see the snake? Because we want to prove our valor. We want to prove our brevity. Oh, I am the strongest man. Oh, you dare. How dare you to come into our world? How pity it is. How worthless. How small we are. We need to reciprocate. We need to mend. We need to correct ourselves that how selfish, how base, how unethical we are, that we are killing an innocent snake that has not even harmed us. If it harms, then it is some reason. and it never harms you until you don't disturb. You take the initiative. A snake never attacks, it retaliates. It is a counter attack. If you push somebody, he will push. So you are taking initiative. Intentionally you are taking initiative. Intentionally we take the initiative. So the poet, where does the stick disappear? When it was observed that very psychology that we are gripped with. We are in the psychological belief. That is a psychological impact that snakes are dangerous. If it will be spared, it may kill somebody. So, in protection, we also kill the snake. But have you ever thought that why it is needed? Why it is needed? Why there was a need? Because we have cleared the forest. The river has shrinked. The global warming has made the world of animals in danger. So they come to us in search of food, in search of water, in search of its prey. Why? Because their natural habitat is being disturbed. So the next questions, where does it disappear? It disappeared among the green slim reeds. Here you see, vanished means disappeared. It vanished in the ripples among the green slim reeds. So answer is here. Where the snake disappeared? It disappeared into the green slim reeds. What is a green slim reeds? A green slim reed is a long green grass that is usually found in the sea waters or in the river waters. So here the next question. Now the next question, that describe the movement of the snake. If it is asked, describe the movement of the snake. The snake movement is very beautiful and graceful. The poet was amazed to see the way the snake moves. Serpentine movement. Serpentine. A serpent moves in zigzag. So the very zigzag movement, the very carving, the beautiful carving, the very zigzag way, movement of the snake was quite mesmerizing, quite beautiful, and he himself, the poet, was stricken. He was stricken. He was moved by the way the snake moves. So here the meaning is very clear. So this is what about the movement. Why the poet thinks that it is foolish to kill the snake? The poet thinks that it is useless to kill the snake because a snake never bites us unless it is not feeling any danger. So dear children, it is high time that we should correct ourselves. A snake never harms you unless there is no danger. It bites you in its self-protection. Here you see the very true picture. The snake is trying to escape from the death, because the man who has observed him lying there and started chasing him. Because since the very early day we are taught that snakes are harmful, it may bite, and a snake biting may cause death. So this is foolish, entirely foolish. We need to change, we need to overcome the very illogical aspect of the life. Now, from my part it is over. Now it is your turn. Please ask the questions, and whatever the problem, please speak out. Thank you.